We are performing Navadwip Dham Parikrama. Yesterday we heard that Nimbarka Acharya, he met his gurus for Kumaras on the order of Shiva, by the indication of Shiva. Then he surrendered and they blessed him and they gave him Radha Krishna mantra. Then he was, and they told him the teaching of that Sanat Kumar Samhita. So accordingly he was doing bhajan in Navadwip. After receiving the mantra, Shri Nimbaditya Acharya sat in this sacred place and worshipped Jugala Kishore, according to the injunctions of Sanat Kumar Samhita. Shri Radha Krishna mercifully bestowed their darshan upon him. The splendor of their form spread effulgence in all directions. If we chant the mantra or holy name with pure heart, without offenses, then we will see the form. Gently smiling, they said, O Nimbaditya, you are blessed. You have worshipped us here in Navadwip, which is dear to both of us. In this very place we combine in one form, as Shri Sachinandan, and always reside here. While saying this, they manifested their form as Shri Gaura. Shri Nimbaditya became overwhelmed upon seeing this form. I have never seen such an unparalleled form, Shri Nimbaditya said, nor have my ears ever heard of such a form. Where can I find this incomparable form? Sriman Mahaprabhu mercifully said, O Nimbaditya, you are a great personality. Do not tell anyone about this form of mine. For now, keep it secret. Preach Krishna Bhakti full of the pastimes of the divine couple. O Nimbarka, I receive great pleasure from these pastimes. When the time comes to manifest my form as Shri Gaura, I will perform many scholastic pastimes. At that time, you will take birth in the state of Kashmir and wander throughout Bharatvarsha, that is India, as a champion of learning. Your name will be Keshava Kashmiri, and everyone will acknowledge you as a great scholar. In your wandering, you will come to this Shri Navadwip Dham and reside in the village of Shri Mayapur. Merely upon hearing your name, the eminent teachers of Shri Navadwip will flee. At that time, I will be intoxicated in relishing the mellows of erudition and scholarship, and therefore I will take great pleasure with all the boys in defeating you. By the mercy of Goddess Saraswati, you will understand the truth about me. You will give up your false pride and accept shelter of me. We were hearing in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was champion scholar by the grace of Saraswati. But that day he was defeated by Mahaprabhu. Then he was praying to Saraswati. What happened? How? By your blessing I conquered whole India. But here one boy defeated me. Why is this? Then Saraswati appeared to him and said, he is not ordinary boy. He is my master. That is why you were defeated. So I am telling you, you should go to him and take absolute shelter of him, his Supreme Lord. Then he did. After bestowing upon you the gift of bhakti, I will again send you to spread bhakti. Therefore, now keep my identity a secret and satisfy me by preaching the philosophy of Dvaita Dvaita. Dvaita and Advaita, oneness and difference. But Mahaprabhu added Achintya. It is beyond our comprehension, human comprehension. One can only realize by the grace of Krishna. Achintya Beda Abed. But Nimbarka had Dvaita Advaita. The principle of dualism and non-dualism as propagated by Nimbarka. When I appear, I will inaugurate the congregational chanting of the holy name, and at that time I myself will preach the essence of your philosophy of Dvaita Advaita. There is oneness and difference, Shakti and Shaktiman. Energetic and energy, they are one, inseparable, but at the same time they are different. But Mahaprabhu added this, that this is Achintya, only you can know how exactly it is, but through revelation. Oh, great! And also, you know, Nimbarka Acharya, before when he was preaching Radha Krishna's pastimes, he spoke up to Rasa Lila. That for them, Nimbarka Acharya revealed Rasa Lila as the highest. Beyond that, he did not describe. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, the Goswamis, they revealed Radha Kunda pastimes. They are higher than Rasa Lila pastimes. O great personality, from the Madhva Sampradaya, I will accept two essential principles: the refutation of exclusive monism, that is Kevala Advaita Vat, and service to Sri Krishna's deity forum, having accepted this forum as eternal. These 2 points from Madhva. From Ramanuj, I will accept exclusive devotion, Ananya Bhakti, and service to the devotees. From Sri Vishnu Swami, I will accept the sentiment that Bhagavan Sri Krishna alone is my everything, Tvadya Sarvasva Bhav, and the path of spontaneous devotion, Raga Marg. From your Sampradaya, that is Nimbarka, I will accept two supremely essential principles: to exclusively take shelter of the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, Ekanta Radhika Ashroy, and the sentiments of the gopis, Gopi Bhav. Speaking thus, Sri Gaurachandra disappeared. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is the ultimate synthesis. Like first Buddhism was thesis, then antithesis, Shankaracharya, synthesis in Ramanujan, like this it was going. But ultimate synthesis is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy that is fully developed, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, and ultimate goal of life is shelter of Radharani, to serve her. That will please Krishna. That is highest type of service to Krishna. That will please him most. Because Radharani pleases Krishna most. So if you assist Radharani, that is best. To thoroughly follow Sriman Mahaprabhu's instructions, Sri Nimbaditya, no, sorry, I forgot one verse. Speaking thus, Sri Gaurachandra disappeared. Sri Nimbaditya began to weep, intoxicated by prema. To thoroughly follow Sriman Mahaprabhu's instructions, Sri Nimbaditya first offered his obeisances to his Guru's lotus feet. He then left for another place to disseminate Krishna Bhakti. From afar, Sri Nityananda Prabhu showed the place called Ramatirtha to Sri Jiva. In that place, Sri Baladev Prabhu killed the demon called Kola and thereafter bathed together with all the Yadavas in the Ganga. Today, this place is famous by the name Rukmapur. This place is situated on the border or perimeter of Sri Navadwip Parikrama. It is especially glorious to stay at this place during the month of Kartik. After leaving Bilva Paksha, Sri Nityananda, our Parikrama when going Belpukur, there is the place of Nilambar Chakravarti, grandfather of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachi Mata's father, Nilambar Chakravarti, his village is there, and his worshipable deity Madan Gopal is there. You can worship him. That is all Belpukur or Bilva Paksha, that same place. After leaving Bilva Paksha, Sri Nityananda Prabhu and all the devotees arrived at the village called Bharadwaja Tila. Sri Nityananda Prabhu said, once Sri Bharadwaja Muni came to this place after visiting the holy place named Sri Ganga Sagar. Sri Bharadwaja Muni resided here for a long time, worshipping Sri Gaurachandra. That day, in the house of Sriman Mahaprabhu, Sri Sachi Mata served all the Vaishnavas prasad with her own hands. It is not possible to describe the joy that was experienced at that place. Everyone was chanting the holy names of the Lord in that grand festival. Bhakti Vinod is singing of the pastimes of Nadia in the hope of attaining the cooling shade of Sri Nityananda Prabhu's and Sri Jannava Devi's lotus feet. Next chapter. Jai Jai Gaura Chandra, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Gadadhar Prema Rasa Ananda, Jai Jai Shrivasadi Bhakta Navadvipa Joy, Jai Nam Sankirtan Preme Ro Niloy, Bosiache Nityananda Shrivas Angone, Gaud Preme Baridhara Bohe Dunayone. All glories to Sri Gaurachandra, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, all glories to Sri Gadadhar Pandit, all glories to the bliss of Prema Rasa, all glories to Srivas and the other devotees, all glories to Sri Navadwip Dham, all glories to Sri Nama Sankirtan, the storehouse of Prema. Early the next morning, Sri Nityananda Prabhu was gracefully present in Srivasangan. Streams of tears flowed from his eyes and he was carried away by Gaur Prema. Countless Vaishnavas and virtuous persons surrounded Sri Nityananda Prabhu on all sides, and they also were deeply immersed in the ocean of Sri Gaur Prema. At that moment, Sri Jiva Goswami, who was intoxicated by Prema for the divine couple, arrived there. After offering his prostrated obeisances at Sri Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet, Sri Jiva began to roll in the dust of Srivasangan. Sri Nityananda Prabhu tried his utmost to check his emotions and asked Sri Jiva, "In how many days from now will you go to Sri Vrindavan?" Sri Jiva said, "The Lord's order is paramount. I will depart for Vrindavan whenever you order me to go." "O Lord, before I go, I want to ask you some questions. Please give answers to these inquiries for the welfare of your servant." This Sri Navadwip Dham is identical to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Why then make the effort to go to Vrindavan? After hearing Sri Jiva's question, Sri Nityananda Prabhu replied as follows: "This is a most abstruse matter, so listen attentively." Very deep, secret matter. Boro Guhya, the very secret. Please remember that as long as Sriman Mahaprabhu's pastimes remain manifest, no one who is averse to the Lord should come to know of this topic. Means it should not be like publicly everywhere. Sri Navadwip and Sri Vrindavan are one identical truth. There is no question of either of them being superior or inferior to each other. Although Sri Vrindavan Dham is the storehouse of rasa, it is impossible for someone who is unqualified to attain it. Therefore, that very Sri Vrindavan Dham bestows qualification to taste rasa upon the living entities by manifesting as Navadvip. Sri Radha Krishna's pastimes are the essence of all rasas, and therefore no one can quickly attain qualification to enter them. That is an important point to know. And we have to go according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions, Goswami's Rup Sanatan, not jump like Sahajiya, and then we will not get the real thing. By performing austerities for many lifetimes, one will obtain knowledge of philosophical truths, Tattva Gyan. When this knowledge ripens, a desire manifests to know about rasa. Even though this is the case, there are many kinds of obstacles at every moment in obtaining it. Therefore, it is difficult to obtain the great wealth of rasa. No one will obtain that rasa just by going to Braja. Because of one's offenses, rasa becomes tasteless, virasa. In this terrible Kali Yuga, the living entities are always engulfed by offenses. Furthermore, their life lasts for a few days only and is filled with many kinds of troubles. It is impossible to obtain Braja rasa even if one wants it. Therefore, Krishna's mercy is the sole cause of obtaining it. Therefore, in order to bestow mercy upon the living entities, Sri Radha Krishna have appeared in their combined form as Sri Gaurahari from Mother Sachi's womb. They, along with Sri Vrindavan Dham, have appeared in this very Navadvip. In order to give qualification to the jivas to taste rasa, Sri Gaurahari provides such a path where offenses cannot create any kind of obstacle. By taking shelter of the holy name and by residing in Sri Navadvip Dham, qualification for rasa appears and all kinds of offenses are removed. Means we have to follow the process of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given in Shikastaka, and Rupa Goswami made teaching of Mahaprabhu in Upadeshamrita and also Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Sanatana Goswami gave Hari Bhakti Vilas and Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and Jiva Goswami. We have to follow the Mahaprabhu's teaching and the Goswamis. But even this was misunderstood. So many pseudo sects cropped up. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing the sad plight, out of compassion, he sent Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to show what is the actual teaching of Mahaprabhu, and by their pure example, then one can get. So we have to follow that process. Mahaprabhu was also hearing Dhruva and Prahlad Charit again and again. Why? It is not necessary for him, but because he was teaching by example that for conditioned souls that is necessary to understand and to follow in one's life, he was doing this. So we cannot just jump. Then by imagination we will think we are there, and false pride will be there, and anarthas will not be removed. Then we will be deprived of actual transcendental devotion, wealth. By taking shelter of the holy name and by residing in Sri Navadvip Dham, qualification for rasa appears and all kinds of offenses are removed. Someone will say, I'm not committing any offenses. But we did in previous lives. We criticized devotees and Vishnu by being engaged in sense enjoyment, and inevitably offenses are coming. And also our mentality is like we want to enjoy. We did not fully purify our mentality, nature. So that takes some time by practice. When you are totally, absolutely, fully inclined to serve Krishna without any other motive, only to satisfy Krishna, then there are no more any offenses. Otherwise, everything which is not exclusive one-pointed devotion to Krishna is one kind of offense, because we are his eternal servants. So to think something separate from his service is automatically offense. So this mentality and these sanskaras and all this we have to change, we have to rectify. So this takes some time. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the process how to do it. Then when all offenses will be removed, then you will enter in qualification for tasting rasa. Within a short time, Shri Krishna Prema will manifest within the sadhaka's heart, and a strong longing to understand the loving mellows rasa of Shri Shri Radha Krishna will awaken there. After giving up all offenses, means all type of separate interests, except service of Krishna. This we have to achieve first, before we are qualified to taste rasa. In this way, by obtaining the mercy of Shri Gaura Hari, the living entity attains Shri Vrindavan, the abode of Jugala Kishore's pastimes. This is a most confidential truth. Therefore, do not instruct anyone on this matter. There cannot be any difference whatsoever between Shri Navadwip and Shri Vrindavan. Although Vrindavan is present in this Navadwip Dham, you have now the qualification to take shelter of the pastime place of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Shri Vrindavan. Therefore, Shri Braja Dham is now your shelter. O son of Vallabha, the duty of a human being is to obtain qualification for Braja Rasa by first taking shelter of Shri Navadwip Dham. Having obtained Braja Rasa, one should reside in Shri Vrindavan Dham, because there the living beings attain the delight of rasa. When any virtuous person obtains the mercy of Shri Navadwip Dham, it is very easy for him to attain Shri Vrindavan Dham. So it is also not necessary that one has to then physically go to Vrindavan. It was in Jiva's case because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered, because they had to do their seva there. The Goswamis, 6 Goswamis writing book and all this, and to re-establish all lost holy places, forgotten holy places. But if you see in the case of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wanted to go to Vrindavan, but Shiva told him, no, you have to work here in Navadwip, because Mahaprabhu sent him for that purpose. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as a 7th Goswami, he did same thing as Goswamis did in Vrindavan, he did in Navadwip. He wrote all books and about Navadwip and everything. And he was residing there doing bhajan in Godrundip. And if someone is qualified, then in Navadwip he will also stay in Vrindavan. He will see, this is Radha Kunda, this is Nandagram, this is Govardhan. So automatically it will be revealed in that way. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also in one song he sang, Nayane Spuribo Nayane, Dhamero Swarup Spuribe Nayane, Hoibo Radhara Dasi. That song is there. Kobe Hobe Molo Sedino Amar, I think, or maybe some other. Ne. Kobe Gaura Bone, I think that song. Kobe Gaura Bone. And that. There he said, when will that day come when I will then see the transcendental form of Dham, Dhamero Swarup Spuri Benayana, it will be revealed to my eyes. Then automatically, in relation I will also understand that I am Radha Dasi in Navadvip. When someone gets the grace of Radha Krishna, it is like a mirror or like a sunlight in which you will see yourself how you are related to them. Automatically it is revealed. But in Jiva's case, he had to go there. But it is not necessary for all. And anyhow, Rupa Goswami also told, if someone cannot physically stay in Dham, then he should do it mentally. Means automatically it will happen when one will do bhajan in pure heart, that Dham will be revealed and all the Leela will be revealed, and who are you in relation to Radha Krishna and what is your seva, everything is revealed. So such devotee, wherever he is doing bhajan and his consciousness is in Vrindavan, on that platform where only Krishna is the only enjoyer. So wherever they are in Vrindavan or Navadvip. Hearing all of these deep and confidential philosophical truths from the mouth of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Jiva Goswami, full of supreme happiness, caught his divine lotus feet and said, O Lord, O you who know the essence of all essential truths, I have one more question. Although many people live here in Sri Navadvip, why do not all of them engage in loving devotion to Sri Krishna? A great doubt has arisen in my mind. Although these people reside in a Dham, how can offenses remain in them? How then can the servants of Vishnu, the Vaishnavas, remain without worries about committing offenses? O abode of the entire universe, O you who are eternally untainted, please reconcile this. The lowly and destitute Bhaktivinoda is singing of the glories of Sri Navadvip Dham with the hope of attaining the cooling shade of the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Jannava Devi. All glories to Sachinandan, Sri Gaura Hari. All glories to the son of Padmavati, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is the life and soul of Sri Jannava Devi. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, the husband of Sita. All glories to Sri Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to Srivas and the other associates of Sri Gaura. After hearing Sri Jiva Goswami's questions, Sri Nityananda Prabhu instructed the assembly of Vaishnavas in profound tattva, or fundamental spiritual truths. O Jiva, please listen. The unlimitedly blissful Sri Vrindavan and Sri Navadvip Dham are the resting places for the living entities. The pure souls who are beyond the influence of material nature eternally reside here as Sri Krishna's associates. This Dham is eternal, pure and transcendental. Material, place and time have no influence here. The land, the time and everything else in this Dham are full of spiritual bliss. The nature of this place is eternally transcendental. The houses, rivers, streams, forests, and pastime places here are all spiritual and supremely captivating. This bliss-filled Dham is above mundane nature. The potency of Sri Krishna that operates here is inconceivable and supremely munificent. Knowing Sri Krishna's desire to deliver the living entities, this inconceivable potency manifests the Dham in this world. Material objects cannot exist in the Dham, nor can conditioned living beings enter it. Joro Maya, or the material energy, always keeps the Dham covered with her illusion. Joramaya or Mahamaya is same. That person who has no relationship with Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is blind. That is, ignorant of the real truth. Because we are eternally related to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He is our father, actual father. We are all coming from him, his Supreme Lord. So if we are not realizing that, not feeling that relationship, means we are in ignorance, we are blind, and we are having these worldly bodily relations, thinking they are real. So such a person who has no relationship awakened with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he resides only on the covering of the Dham that Maya has cast. Although he thinks, I am residing in Sri Navadwip Dham, in reality, Prauda Maya bewilders him and keeps him far away from the Dham. There is a net over Dham. So if you are not inclined to serve Krishna, then you cannot enter there. If by some good fortune such a person gets the association of saintly persons, he attains his relationship with Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sambandha Gyan. One who is established in a relationship with Krishna, he can awake it in others. He can inform them. You are eternally related to Krishna. That is only possible by the grace of real devotees. If by some good fortune, means when one gathers enough bhakti sukriti. O son of Ballabha, Sambandha Gyan is most profound truth. A conditioned soul cannot easily understand the supreme wealth of Sambandha, means relationship with the Lord. Although many people say Shri Krishna Chaitanya is my only Lord, their hearts are devoid of even a smell of Sambandha Gyan. They are always carried away by delusion, Maya. Because such persons are situated within Maya's covering, they can never attain Shuddha Bhakti to the Supreme Lord Sri Hari. Nevertheless, due to false pride alone, they, pseudo-religionists, impostors, hypocrites, and people devoid of humility, consider themselves superior to all others. So this Dharmadvaji means persons who in reality are not religious, means they are not inclined to serve Krishna, but who by dress and words appear to be religious and preach just to deceive others, to get donations, to get fame, all this. But inside their heart they are not interested to serve Krishna. So they are like imposters, hypocrites. They are more dangerous than Mayavadis. Like Buddhists, Sridhar Maharaj said, they are openly saying, we don't believe in Vedas. So they are considered as atheists according to Vedic conception. They are atheists, don't believe in Veda means don't believe in Supreme Lord. So they are known enemy. But Shankaracharya, he is saying, I am believer in Vedas, but giving wrong interpretation. So that is more dangerous. Because like disguised, like a Vedantist, but wrong. But worse than that is the one who is acting like as if he's a devotee, but he's not. He's deceiving for some purpose. So their greatest enemy. to progress in devotion. So this we have to be very careful and associate with real devotees and do real devotional service. Only by the mercy of sadhus can such a person, even they, give up his false pride, consider himself to be more insignificant than a blade of grass, and become more tolerant than a tree. He has absolutely no desire for his own honor and fame, and he becomes most expert in giving all honor to others. Everyone can be rescued by genuine devotee. Because all jivas, they are related to Krishna, they all have devotion to Krishna in their heart, dormant, and by the grace of realized devotee, they can awaken that from whatever calamities there. They may be Buddhists, Muslims, Mayavadis, Sahajias, these Dharmadvajis, whatever. By the grace of real devotee, they can all awaken pure devotion. Bhaktivinoda Thakur did this, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They rescued all from these things. When one has these four good qualities, one always chants the glories of Sri Krishna. That is Trinada Pisanichanatrora Pisahisnuna Amani Namanadena Kirtanya Sadahuri. Then you are qualified to always chant. Otherwise obstacles are there. Having attained this state, then only does one's eternal relationship with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awaken. And then you cannot think of anything else except his service. And attentively you will do it. All the time and with attention. That is after Nishta, or at the stage of Nishta. The jiva has a relationship with Sri Krishna in one of the 5 kinds of rasa. Shanta, neutrality, dasya, servitorship, sakya, friendship, vatsalya, parental love, and madhura, amorous love. By worshipping Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu in the modes of Shanta and Dasya, devotees attain a relationship with Sri Krishna in vatsalya and other mellows, rasas. The eternally perfected relationship that the jiva has with the Supreme Lord will awaken within the jiva on the strength of his bhajan. Those wretched jivas who see a difference between Sri Gaura Hari and Sri Krishna can never attain a relationship with Sri Krishna. That living entity, however, in whom good qualities such as humility have arisen as a result of the association of saintly personalities, worships Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa is the highest mood in which Sri Gauranga can be worshipped. Because of the predominance of this Dasya Rasa, the devotee of Sri Gauranga calls him Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or Gauranga Mahaprabhu. In Dasya, a person who has the eligibility for Madhurja Prema worships Sri Gaura Hari as Sri Radha Krishna. So one who will worship Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Dasya Bhav as a servant, automatically his eternal relation with Krishna will awaken within him by the grace of Mahaprabhu, and he will be able to serve in that capacity. Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is the combined form of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. This united form is naturally not appreciated in their Jugala Vilas or amorous pastimes. Therefore, for this purpose, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu assumes 2 forms. For that Radha Krishna Lila there too, for Gaur Lila there in one form. When the jiva's mood of servitorship, Dasya Bhava, reaches its full matured stage by constant worship of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Madhur Rasa itself will manifest in his heart. At that time, the object of worship, Sri Gaurahari, appears in Braja as Sri Radha Krishna and drowns the devotee in the nectar of their eternal pastimes. The Jiva then attains Braja, the eternal pastime ground of Sri Radha Krishna. Automatically it is happening. A person who is blind in regard to transcendental subject matters cannot see the profound relationship between Navadvip and Braja. In other words, he is not able to understand how Navadvip and Braja manifest in two forms, even though they are one. O Jiva, know for certain that the relationship between Sri Krishna and Sri Gaura is indeed of the same kind. In other words, even though they are one, they manifest in two forms. Sri Gaurahari appears as the youthful couple Sri Radha Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. O son of Vallabha, within a very short time, Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan will explain all these fundamental truths to you. Sriman Mahaprabhu has bestowed upon you the qualification to reside in Sri Dham Vrindavan. Therefore, O Jiva, do not delay your journey to Braja a moment longer. Seeing this, Sri Nityananda Prabhu placed his lotus foot on the head of Sri Jiva and empowered him. Because it was Mahaprabhu's desire, he sent Rupa Sanatan and other Goswamis, and also for Jiva Goswami, did not tell him directly, but through Nityananda Prabhu. But you will see Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, they all did bhajan in Navadvip up to their giving up this world. And Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur also was doing bhajan in Navadvip, but then he was ordered to preach. So he was by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. He ordered him, so he was preaching everywhere. That is why also he disappeared in Calcutta, means in preaching field. Also Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was doing bhajan till last time in Godrum, but then also he went to Calcutta, and from there he also disappeared. But Samadhi was then made in Navadvip. But Jagannath Das Babaji, Gaur Kishore, all they were doing bhajan in Navadvip, all up to last. So it depends what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire for certain devotee. Means by Guru Parampara, your Guru will tell you where is your service. Like Srila Sai Maharaj was ordered by Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to preach in Western countries, means all over the world. Not only Western, all over the world, in India also, everywhere. So he was doing. Then he became very much sick one time, and it seemed like he will give up body. So that time he consulted with Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Maybe I will have to give up body, I don't know. So what do you think? I should come back to India, to Dham, and give up my body there, or I should remain here doing the work of preaching as ordered by Gurudev? Sridhar Maharaj immediately replied to him by letter, no, you do your work for Gurudev. That is your seva. If you have to give up your body there, no problem. That is perfect, because you are doing seva of your Gurudev. That is point. All. So ultimately he did not give up at that time, but Sridhar Maharaj told him no. And Sai Maharaj did not go to India, to Dham, but was continuing to preach there. That is like a soldier giving up his life in the battlefield. So that is glorious, because they are not doing, they are doing for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here it is the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for Jiva to go to Vrindavan. Saying, yes, being intoxicated in Mahaprema, Shri Jiva Goswami lay unconscious at Shri Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet for quite some time. When he regained consciousness, Shri Jiva began to roll in the dust of Shri Vasangan. Transformations of spiritual ecstasy beautified his body. Shri Jiva wept and began to speak. Because of my misfortune, I could not behold with these eyes the pastimes of Sriman Mahaprabhu performed in Nadia. Shri Gaura Hari performed pastimes only to deliver the jivas of this world. But my days are passing in vain because I cannot behold those pastimes. When they heard that Shri Jiva will go to Braja, many virtuous sadhu mahatmas arrived at Shri Vasangan. The elder Vaishnavas gave their blessings to Shri Jiva, and those who were junior to him begged for his merciful blessings. Shri Jiva folded his palms and prayed to all those Vaishnavas, kindly ignore all of my offenses. Please don't take my offenses here. Mama aparat kichu matra nahi loibe. Please don't take my offenses. All of you are servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and gurus of the world. O wish-fulfilling trees, please show this insignificant jiva such mercy that I may be attracted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that life after life Sri Nityananda Prabhu may be my Lord. Here jiva is saying jiva as jiva, soul. This jiva, you bless him. Already in my childhood, I gave up my family and home. I know one but you as my only friends. It is impossible to attain Shri Krishna without the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Therefore, O brothers, please, all of you, give me the dust of your feet. Saying this, Shri Jiva offered his obeisances at everyone's feet and offered them prayers. With the permission of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, he went to the house of Shri Jagannath Mishra and fell at the lotus feet of Mother Sachi, asking with an anxious heart for her permission to go to Braja. Shri Sachi Devi gave Shri Jiva the dust of her divine feet, bestowed upon him her blessings, and bade him farewell. Considering the Lord's order to be his everything, Shri Jiva crossed the Bhagavati Bhagirati, weeping and calling out, O Gaurango, O Gaurango. After proceeding on a little further, Shri Jiva Goswami crossed the border of the endlessly glorious Shri Navadwip Dham. Shri Jiva offered his prostrated obeisances to Shri Navadwip Dham from that place, and then set out toward Shri Vrindavan. At that time, Braja Dham, Jamuna, and Shri Rupa Sanatan manifested in Shri Jiva's heart. Along the way, he received audience of Shri Gaura Hari in a dream, in which the Lord said, Go to Mathura. Rupa Sanatan and you are extremely dear to me. All of you work together to manifest scriptures on bhakti. May the service to my forum as Sri Radha Krishna be your life and soul, and may you continuously behold the pastimes of Braja. Upon seeing the dream, Shri Jiva became supremely blissful and began to walk swiftly toward Braja Dham. It is impossible to describe Shri Jiva Goswami's various activities after he arrived in Braja. Later on, a fortunate person will describe these activities and all saintly personalities will blissfully hear of them. Our Gurudev also wrote Gaur Parshad Charitavali, the biographies of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal associates, also Jiva Goswami. And in Bhakti Ratnakar is there. And although he is not a receptacle of Supreme Lord's mercy, Bhakti Vinod, whose intelligence is wretched, has described Sri Dham Parikrama, that is extreme humbleness, being in contact with unlimited Supreme Lord. That is why he is saying in this way, that is extreme humility, natural, due to contact with unlimited reality. If you have 100 euro and you meet someone who has 10 euro, you will feel, I have so much. But if you will meet someone who has 1000 euro, then you will feel small. But if you meet someone who has million, then you will think, oh, I am like nothing. And Supreme Lord is unlimited. So one who is in actual practical contact with him, he is always feeling humbler than a blade of grass. No false pride, cannot have. He always thinking, I am most wretched. And it is natural and it is transcendental, this mood. My only prayer at the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas is this. May they bestow upon me such mercy that my relationship with Sri Gaurahari will be established. My only desire is that my relationship with Sri Gaurahari be quickly established and that following this I may reside in Navadwip. How will a person like me, who is devoid of the Vaishnava's mercy, having fallen like an insect into the pitfall of material desires, and who is depraved, devoid of bhakti, engrossed in lust, maddened by anger, and a slave of Maya, ever attain a relationship with Sri Gaura? If Sri Navadwip Dham is kind to me and appears in my heart, then only can I be delivered. I have faith that only the sincere mercy of Kula Devi, Prouda Maya, that is Yoga Maya, will deliver me from this dangerous ignorance. May the protector of the Dham, Briddaship, be merciful to me so that the transcendental Dham becomes perceptible to me. Here in Navadwip Dham, his Briddaship means, literal meaning is old ship. Means very mature, old, very experienced, Briddaship. O devotees of Sri Gaura residing in Sri Navadwip, please place your lotus feet upon the head of this most vile person. All of you, please hear this prayer of mine so that I may quickly attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although I am lowly and insignificant, I have described Sri Navadwip Dham only on the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Jannava Devi. This book is filled with the names of Sri Navadwip, Sri Gaura and Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, without doubt, it is completely pure and can never be blamed if there are any mistakes in its compilation. By reading this scripture, the devotees of Sri Gaurahari will acquire the real fruit of Parikrama. It is the verdict of the scriptures that by deliberating on this book at the time of doing Parikrama, the benefit one receives increases 100-fold. The lowly, destitute and wretched Bhaktivinod sings the glories of Sri Nadia in the hope of attaining the cooling shade of the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Jannava Devi. This is the end of Navadwip Dham Mahatmya, Parikrama Kanda. Then there is another part, Praman Kanda, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving all scriptural evidences for transcendental Dham. And then there is also Navadvip Bhava Taranga, where he is describing how one who is on transcendental Bhava platform, how he is perceiving this Dham. So you will find Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was doing a long time, 30 years he was doing bhajan in Braja Dham. But then he came to Navadvip and revealed the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and was doing bhajan till the end of his life in Navadvip. Also, Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj was also doing bhajan in Vrindavan before he came to Navadvip, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur also in Godrundip doing bhajan, Prabhupada and our Guru Vargas. So, depends what kind of service one gets that he has to do. Then he is always staying in Dham, because through service we can be in Dham. So I want to read that song which I mentioned before. Kobe Gaura Bone, I think it is that one, 101, by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yes. Kobe Gaura Bone, Sura Duni Tote, Ha Radhe, Ha Krishna Bole. Kadia Berabo, Deho Sukochari, Nana Lata Taru Tole. Sapacha Grihete Magia Khaibo, Pibo Sarasati Jol. Puline Puline, Gora Gori Dibo, Kori Krishna Kola Hol. Dham Basi Jone, Pranati Koria, Magibo Kriparalesh. Vaishnava Charana Renu Gai Maki Dhori Abaduto Besh. Gaur Braja Jone, Bhednath Dekhibo, Hoibo Baraja Vasi, Dhamero Swarup Spuribe Nayane, Hoibo Radhara Dasi. Oh, when giving up all bodily pleasures, will I wander under various trees and wines on the banks of the Suradhuni, means Ganga, in Gaur-Bon, means Sri Navadvip Dham, weeping and calling out, Ha Radhe, Ha Krishna. I shall eat by begging from the homes of the untouchables and drink water from the Saraswati river. Means all Dham basis, they are transcendental. When you reach that platform, then you can see. So he will take food from them. I shall roll on the ground on the river's bank, loudly calling out Shri Krishna's names. Offering my obeisances to all the Dhammabasis, I shall beg a drop of mercy from them. Smearing the dust of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas upon my body, I shall don the cloth of an Avadut. I will wear that cloth. I shall see no distinction between the residents of Gaura and those of Braja, and will thus become a true Brajavasi myself. The transcendental form of Dham will appear to my vision, and I shall become a maidservant of Sri Radha. Means you will realize that your eternal Sarup. And there is another, that song, I forgot how it starts. That Kutiro, I will make that Kutir. Something, maybe this one. No. What is that song? I forgot. If someone remembers that, he can help me. We are singing that song, but a long time we did not. Ah, yes, I found, yes. By the grace of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is all merciful. 1 second. Yes. কবে হবে হেন দশা মোর তেজি জ্বর আশা বিবিধ বন্ধন ছাড়িব সংসার ঘোর বৃন্দাবন ভেদে নবদ্বীপ ধামে বাদিব কুটির খানি সচির নন্দন চরণ আশ্রয় করিব সম্বন্ধ মানি জাহ্নবী পুলিনে চিন্ময় কাননে বসিয়া বিজন স্থলে কৃষ্ণ নামামৃত নিরন্তর পিব ডাকিব গৌরাঙ্গ বলে হা গৌর নিতাই তোরা দুটি ভাই পতিত জনেরও বন্ধু আত্মা পতিত আমি হে দুর্জন খাও মরে কৃপা সিন্ধু কাঁদিতে কাঁদিতে 16 ক্রোশ ধাম জাহ্নবী উভয় কুলে ভ্রমিতে ভ্রমিতে কবু ভাগ্য ফলে দেখি কিছু তরু মূলে হা হা মনোহর কি দেখিনু আমি বলিয়া মূর্ছিত হব সম্বিত পাইয়া কাঁদিব গোপন স্মরি দুহু কৃপা লব Translation. When will such a condition be mine? Upon renouncing my mundane desires and all varieties of bondage, I shall relinquish this dreadful material existence. This is true, dreadful it is. I shall construct a small hut in Sri Navadwip Dham, which is non-different from Sri Vrindavan. Recognizing my relationship with Sri Sachinandan Mahaprabhu, I shall take shelter of his lotus feet. Sitting in a solitary place within a transcendental forest on the bank of the Jahnavi river, I shall continuously drink the nectar of Sri Krishna's name. Chanting the name of Gauranga, I shall call out, O Gaur Nitai, both of you brothers are the friends of all fallen souls. I am the lowest of the low and very sinful, so please be an ocean of mercy to me. Weeping and weeping as I wander about the 16 kroshas of the Dham by both of the Jahnavi Ganga's banks, I shall by some good fortune behold a vision beneath a tree. O Manohar means enchanter of my mind, what have I seen today? Saying this, I shall faint. After regaining consciousness, I shall weep in secret, remembering that drop of Sri Gaur Nitai's mercy. So if you are fortunate in Navadwip Dham, then you can get darshan. Oh, Manohar means you are captivating my mind. Here we see how they got darshan. In Navadwip Bhava Taranga also Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing. Those who are pure devotees, they can see. So we will sing in recording this Navadwip Ashtaka. We sang every day after the recording finished, but today we can sing on recording so that it is there, so you can know the tune, and also I will read the translation today. 318 in Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj's songbook. Shri Gauradeshe Suradirgikayas Tire Tiramye Pura Punyamaya La Santamananda Bhare Nanityam Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Yasmai Paravyomavadanti Kechit Kechi Chagolokaiti Rayanti Vadanti Vrindavanam Eva Tajgyas Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Yah sarvadikšu spuritai sushitair nanadrumešu pavanai parita Shri Gauramadhyana Vihara Patrais Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Shri Swarnadiyatra Vihara Bhumi Suvarna Sopana Nibadhatira Vyaptormi Virgauravaga Harupais Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Mahantyananta Nigrihani Yatra Spuranti Heimani Manoharani Pratyalayam Yam Shrayate Sadashris Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Vidyadoyakshanti Makkhay Samaste Sadbir Guneryatra Janah Prapanna Samstuyamana Rishi Devasidais Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Yasyantare Mishra Purandarasya Sanandagamyaikapadam Nivasa Shri Gaura Janamadiko Lilayadyas Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Gauro Brahmanyatra Hari Sabhakti Sankirtana Prema Bharena Sarvam Nima Jayatyula Sat Unmadabdo Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Etan Navadvipa Vichintanadam Padyashtakam Pritamanah Patedya Shri Chachinandana Pada Padme Sudurlabam Prema Samapnuyatsa Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami Tam Shri Navadvipamaham Smarami